The story of young Karski's heroic actions in German-occupied Poland during World War II and his impressive collecting in Europe at the end of the war have left a lasting imprint on the Hoover Institution Library and Archives. On the eve of the Second World War, young Karski was a young diplomat and a Polish reserve officer with big ambitions and a promising future. When the German army invaded Poland on the 1st of September 1939, and then Soviet forces invaded from the east 2 weeks later, Karski's life took a drastic turn. A dedicated patriot, a young officer with courage and discipline, having diplomatic experience and knowledge of foreign languages, Karski joined the Polish underground resistance as a courier with the code name Witold. In that capacity, he conveyed messages between Warsaw and the Polish government in exile, which was located first in France and later in England. In his role as courier, Karski put his life on the line numerous times. During one of his assignments, he was captured by the Gestapo, tortured and survived a suicide attempt before managing to escape. In August 1942, on the initiative of Leon Feiner, the Jewish resistance leader in Poland, Karski was smuggled into the Warsaw Ghetto twice to see the conditions there with his own eyes. He was shocked by what he saw. He later described the scene as one of, quote, degradation, starvation, and death. A few days after his secret visit to the Warsaw Ghetto, Karski entered the transit ghetto in Izbica Lubelska, a town about 40 miles from the Belzec extermination camp, where about 450,000 people, most of them Jews, were murdered during the war. Witnessing Jews being forced onto boxcars to be sent to their death hardened his conviction that Nazi Germany was perpetrating a crime unparalleled in modern history. In October 1942, Karski managed to make his way to London, where he met with British officials, including Foreign Minister Anthony Eden. In June 1943, the Polish government in exile sent Karski to the United States, where he met with President Franklin Roosevelt and many other American and Jewish leaders. Just as happened in London, Karski's accounts of the unfolding Holocaust were met with a great deal of skepticism. When he reported on the fate of Poland's Jews to Supreme Court Justice Felix Frankfurter, Frankfurter told him, "I'm unable to believe you." In November 1944, he published a book about the Polish underground, The Story of a Secret State, which became a bestseller. At the end of the war, Karski was once again enlisted to collect valuable documents and information about Poland under German occupation, this time on behalf of the Hoover Library. Herbert Hoover, aware of Karski's excellent reputation and connections in diplomatic circles, commissioned him in 1945 to collect documents on wartime Poland. Karski's collecting mission for Hoover took him to France, Switzerland, and Italy, where he helped secure the papers of Władysław Anders of the Polish government in exile, one of the most outstanding collections in the Hoover archives. For years, no one knew about his remarkable past. Karski was rediscovered by Claude Lanzmann, producer of the landmark 1985 documentary film Shoah, in which Karski, for the first time, spoke about the horrors he had witnessed in wartime Poland. His testimony in this film is unforgettable. Thanks to young Karski, the collections on wartime Poland at the Hoover Institution Library and Archives are an unmatched resource for our understanding of the inhumanity unleashed by the Second World War. And thanks to Karski's example, we know what the face of courage looks like.